मेहमान है। ओम शांति। ट्रांसलेशन नहीं है भाई, ट्रांसलेशन ना है। ओके,
Everyone is okay with their
ओम
translation?
शांति।
Om Shanti.
ओम शांति।
Loud and clear. Thank you.
सभी ने नहीं
Oh,
बोला।
not everyone said it. Not everyone.
सभी प्यार से बोलो।
Everyone say with love.
ओम शांति।
Om
No is
Shanti.
okay. No is okay. कल हमारे को सुधा बहन ने कहा था। सुधा बहन कहाँ
Yesterday,
है?
Sudha Ben, where is Sudha Ben? She had said something to Dadi
मन शांत हो,
about keeping the mind peaceful,
दिल साफ हो,
the heart clean.
तो उस पर कल अच्छा स्पष्ट हो गया।
And so yesterday, all of this was clarified.
आज
And today,
किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा,
somebody asked the question,
हम चारों सब्जेक्ट में फुल मार्क कैसे लेवे?
how can we claim full marks in
इनको
all
पता है मेहमान
4
चार सब्जेक्ट
subjects?
है।
Do the guests know the 4 subjects?
हमारे इस पढ़ाई में
In our study,
4 सब्जेक्ट है।
in this study, there are
एक है
4
ज्ञान,
subjects. One is knowledge,
दूसरा योग,
the other is yoga,
तीसरा धारणा,
the third is dharana, inculcation of virtues,
अटेंशन,
divine virtues. To have attention on
मन
oneself.
शांत है तो स्वभाव बड़ा मीठा है।
If the mind is peaceful, then the nature is very
Dharana है।
sweet. There is the dharana, inculcation of virtues.
व्यवहार सबके साथ,
And interaction with everyone,
तू मैं नहीं है।
not a difference of you and me.
वो सेवा
That service,
सहज और सफलता बड़ी सहज है।
that service is very easy, in which there is success.
मन वाणी कर्म से
It's service through the thoughts, words and actions.
देखो 3 जो है मन वाणी कर्म,
The 3
पहले कर्म नहीं
thoughts,
बोला,
words and actions.
पहले
I
वाणी
didn't
नहीं
say
बोली।
actions first, I didn't say
समझा?
words first. You
जिसे समझा
understand?
हाथ उठाओ,
Those who've understood,
पहले
raise
मन,
your hands. First it's the
फिर
mind,
वाणी,
then
फिर
words,
कर्म।
then actions. Thoughts,
चारों सब्जेक्ट
then
पास
words,
होना
then
हो
actions. If you want to pass in all 4 subjects,
तो मन वाणी कर्म,
then look at your
संकल्प,
thoughts, words, actions. Of course, the 4th
वाणी,
subject she hadn't said is
कर्म।
service. So, thoughts, words,
संकल्प
actions.
सूक्ष्म है,
Thoughts are subtle.
वाणी
Words,
जैसा संकल्प है ना,
as are our thoughts, so our words
हमारे
become.
पास बहुत साल पहले
Many years ago,
बाबा ने सिखाया था।
Baba had taught us.
कोई कोई बहन भाई गीत गाते थे,
Some brothers and sisters
मीठी
used to
वाणी
sing
बोल
songs
मिठरा, मीठी
that
वाणी बोल।
soul, hey soul, sweet,
कुछ बहन
sing,
आपके पास हिंदी समझते हैं ना,
speak
मैंने
sweet words,
मीठी वाणी
speak
बोल मिठरा,
sweet
मीठी वाणी
words,
बोल।
sweet soul, speak sweet words.
तो वाणी मीठी कैसे बनती
So
है?
how can our words be sweet?
का शुगर डालने से
Do we have to put
वाणी
sugar
मीठी
in
कैसे
that?
बने?
How can our words be sweet? Is it a matter of eating
ज्ञान
sugar?
योग धारणा से।
It's through knowledge, yoga and dharana.
ज्ञान मैं आत्मा,
Gyan,
योग
that I, the
मेरा
soul,
बाप है परमात्मा।
yoga, that my Father is the Supreme
ये
Soul.
जो समझे न ज्ञान,
This understanding of knowledge,
नशा चढ़ जाता है।
it brings great intoxication. Knowledge brings
सुनते कानों से
intoxication.
है,
We listen to it through these ears,
अच्छा लगता है दिल को,
but the heart likes it.
बाबा की बातें सुन के
Listening to Baba's
स्वयं
words, the
परमात्मा
heart
बाप,
likes
आज बाबा
it.
ने बोला
Today Baba said,
स्वयं परमात्मा
the
बाप
Supreme Father himself
बच्चों को पत्ते से पावन बनाता है।
is making the children
बच्चे
pure from impure. You are
कहाँ
those
पतित
children,
कहाँ
aren't you?
पावन,
What a difference between impure and pure.
पतित कहा जाता है जो
Impure is said
पाप करता है,
for those who perform.
पावन बनता है तो
But when we become pure, then
ये परमात्मा की शक्ति से
it's with God's
Realization
power,
से
it's with realization.
परिवर्तन आता है।
There is transformation.
परिवर्तन बहुत बड़ा है।
There's a huge amount of transformation.
पतित और पावन में वास्ट डिफरेंट है।
There's a vast difference between impure and pure.
पतित का दृष्टि वृत्ति
The vision and attitude of the
कथनी
impure,
करनी
their words and
कैसी?
actions, what are they
पावन
like?
की
And what are they like for the pure?
दृष्टि वृत्ति
The vision and attitude,
कथनी करनी
the actions, the words and actions of the pure.
कथनी और करनी
Words and actions.
तो अंदर मन
And the mind
वाणी,
internally,
कर्म।
then words, and then actions.
संबंध में रूहानी स्नेह में संपन्न होगा। सारे हमारे ज्ञान सरोवर चाहे पांडव भवन चाहे शांतिवन में जब भी मैं भंडारे में जाती हूँ कहाँ भी जाती हूँ
Whenever I go to the kitchen,
कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट में सभी का शांति प्रेम लगता ही नहीं है कोई सेवा कर रहे हैं। शांति और प्रेम से श्रेष्ठ भावना से शांति और प्रेम तब ये जब श्रेष्ठ भावना है ऐना तुम्हारे भंडारे में कैसे होता है शांति और प्रेम कितना भंडारे में बल की काम करती है। श्रेष्ठ भावना भाई टोली भावना से बनाते हैं भगवान के घर से भगवान के भंडारे से बनाई हुई टोली स्वीकार करो।
and says,
ये दुनिया भर में जहाँ था निम्ला बहन को भी अनुभव होगा तो
I would
टोली
know
भेजो ना खुश हो जाते हैं।
this truly goes
अभी जो
around
गए
the
हैं जिनको थोड़ी टोली भेजी है थैंक्स भेजा है तुमने मुझे टोली भेजी। और टोली में क्या होता है प्रेम समाया हुआ है।
there is love merged within.
खारी खट्टी नहीं बनाते हैं
It's not salty, it's not sour,
आजकल बहुत मीठी भी नहीं बनाते हैं
and these days we don't make it too sweet,
ऐसे प्यार से बनाते हैं
but we make it with love.
तो जितने प्यार से बनाते हैं उतने प्यार से
And
स्वीकार
the
करें।
more it's made with love, the more it's accepted with love.
टोटल बात है।
So, in total,
मुझे हमेशा थोड़ा याद है जो मैंने एक दो बारी स्पष्ट किया है
I often remember, and I've clarified this.
कल
Pratima
आज
Ben,
गई या कल गई
she left
केप टाउन में मैं
a couple of
गई
days ago, Pratibha from South
क्लास का
Africa.
टाइम भोजन का टाइम था
Dadi had gone to Cape Town. It was time
मैंने कहा
for
पहले कुछ
lunch.
रुआन तो करूं सीधा
And Dadi
भोजन में
said,
जाऊं
rather than having lunch immediately,
मीठा
I would
कैसे
like to
बने
have spiritual conversation
उनको अभी
first.
तक याद है
And
1 घंटा लगा
Pratibha Ben still remembers how Dadi had that
आप
conversation
हर एक
for an
अपने
hour.
पुरुषार्थ में
And so for
मीठा
everyone
बनना माना
in your
कभी
effort,
आवेश में ना आना
there be so
कभी
there's
नाराज ना
never
होना
any feeling of force, any
ये ज्ञान है
internal
ये
force
योग है
emerging. This is the knowledge and yoga.
चेहरे से बताते हैं
Your face reveals you have knowledge and yoga.
उसमें सेवा बहुत अच्छी
And in this there's a huge amount of service.
सब सहज लगता है
Everything feels easy then.
मुझे फ्लेक्सिबल शब्द है ना
This
इंग्लिश है
word
ना
flexible, it's an English
पता नहीं
word.
था
I didn't know it before.
तो जब पहले लंदन में गई
And when I first went
कोई
to
एक अच्छा
London,
मीठा भाई था
and I met one very
मीठा
sweet
भाई,
brother,
पहले
in the early days.
निम्रा बहन को याद दूंगा या नहीं
Perhaps Dr. Nirmala will
मुझे
remember.
कहा मेरे लिए
He said to
फ्लेक्सिबल
me,
रहना
be flexible for me, Dadi.
जो भी सेवा चाहिए ना मैं हाजिर हूँगा
Present.
याद
I will
करता
be
था।
present.
तभी से लेकर के
And from that time onwards,
इसी शब्द का भी बहुत अच्छा फायदा लिया है
word flexible
कहना नहीं पड़ता है
doesn't have to be said,
अपने आप
but naturally
एक्यूरेट
that soul was accurate,
सेवा में हाजिर हो जाता
used to be present in service.
तो धारणा से जो सेवा है ना
And so
बल बाबा से मिलता है फल सबको मिलता है
receives
समझा मेरी बात
and everyone
सेवा में जो
fruit of
धारणा
that
है ना
service. The dharna that is in service,
धारणा से
it's with that dharna
बल बाबा से मिलता है
we receive strength
अगर मेरी
from
धारणा
Baba.
की कमी होंगी
If a soul has lack of dharna,
बॉडी कॉन्शियस होंगी
if a soul is body
Baba se
conscious
bal
and
nahi
has lack
hoga,
of dharna
phal
and
kya
don't
niklega?
experience strength from Baba, then what would the fruit be? What would be the fruit of their service?
ये हिंदी शब्द वंडरफुल है सफल
In the word safal,
वंडरफुल शब्द
it is to use in a worthwhile way.
समय सफल करो
That use time in a worthwhile
संकल्प
way.
सफल करो
Use time
वाणी
in a
भी ऐसी
worthwhile
हो
way and let your words be such
जो ऐसे बोलो
that whatever you
जो
say
किसको भूले नहीं
are things that can never be forgotten by people.
व्यर्थ बात भूल जावे
Waste words can be forgotten.
ये व्यर्थ है वो मेरे को मुख से न निकल सकती न सुन सकते हैं
Our mouths,
बड़े प्यार
nor
से,
can we
प्रेम
listen
से
to wasteful things. But with a lot of love,
हमारे मीठे बाबा ने
our sweet Baba
फाउंडेशन में
in
यज्ञ में सेवा
the foundation of this yajna,
साकार बाबा के दिनों में
in Sakar Baba's
45 साल
days,
पहले
back
और एक बारी बाबा ने क्या किया
laid the foundation of service himself. What did Baba do
निर्मला बहन
once?
तब ये शायद आप पैदा नहीं हुई थी कोटा हाउस में
Perhaps
थे
Dr. Nirmala had not emerged at that
कोटा
time.
हाउस में बाबा ने
It
क्या
was
किया
in
ये
Kota,
पांडव भवन पीछे
Kota
है
House.
सभी
Pandav
बहनों को
Bhavan
सेवा
was
पर भेजा
purchased later, but
एक
Kota
बहन को
House
रखा
in
विषय
Abu,
को
when we had moved there,
खुद अपने ऊपर
Baba
रखा
sent all the children
दो
off
तीन
to
भाई थे
service, and Baba himself was present in Kota House, and there were a couple of his helpers.
किसको दिल्ली भेजा, किसको पंजाब में,
Baba sent
बस
the
जो
children
भी
off on
25 साल ने
service to
मेरे
Delhi,
को तो नचाया
Punjab,
आश्रम में।
and Baba really made me dance in service.
पहले पहले कुमार का दादी और मेरे को
And myself that Baba sent on service.
भेजा। पीछे हम लोगों ने ड्रामानुसार दिल्ली बॉम्बे में ऐसी सेवाएं बढ़ती रही, मेहनत करनी पड़ी। अब बॉम्बे वाले जो मिलते हैं,
Mumbai
18
really
रुपए किराए
grew,
पर हमारे लौकिक माँ का घर था।
and my mother's home was on rent
18
at
रुपए किराया।
18 rupees rent.
आज 18,000 में भी नहीं मिलेगा।
Now in Mumbai you would not get a place for even 18,000.
उसमें सेवा की।
But we did service in that small place.
1.5 फुट की बालकनी थी।
There was a
वहाँ कैसे
small
योग
balcony of just
कमरा
2.5
एक ही था।
feet. There was only one
जहाँ बर्तन धुलाई
room
करते थे वहीं स्नान
in
करते
which
थे।
we used to wash the utensils. It was the place where we also
वहाँ की
bathed.
सेवाएं
It was
शुरू
also
हो
the
गई।
bedroom. It was also the classroom. But we
कभी
used
झाड़
that
निकला
for
था।
service. And
झाड़
at that
बाबा ने
time, the
कराची
picture
में
of the
निकाला
tree
था।
had emerged.
चक्कर
The
झाड़।
picture of the tree and the cycle were created in the days of
प्रिंट नहीं हुआ
Karachi.
था।
They had not been printed.
थोड़ी कापीज थी।
There were some handmade
वो लेकर जाकर
copies,
सागर के किनारे पर बैठती थी।
and Dadi would take those handmade copies to
लोग
the
आकर बैठ
seaside
जाते
and
थे।
sit there and
जैसे जोशी कोई
explain
बैठता
those,
है
and
ना,
many would come and sit around
झाड़
and
को ऐसे
listen.
रखो ना, अब
And
बैठो सेवा करने।
Dadi would sit and do
इतनी अच्छी
service, and there
सेवाएं
were
हुई
people like palm readers and
तो
these
मेरे
kinds
को
who would come and
कभी माँ
listen.
लक्ष्मी मंदिर में कभी कहाँ
Astrology,
जो बाबा के पहले
astrologers,
सनमुरली
those
में आता है ना,
types.
लक्ष्मी नारायण
And
के मंदिर में जाओ सेवा
Baba
करो,
would say in the
वो सब
Murli, go to the
practically।
temples of Lakshmi and Narayan and do
बाबा
service.
बड़ा
And we
खुश
did
होता था।
this practically, and Baba would be very happy with us.
एक करनामी से भी
And Baba would be very happy that we were doing everything
पैदल बहुत
economically.
खर्च किया तभी।
Dadi walked a lot simply to save the money of the transport.
कोई टैक्सी खड़ा करके कार खड़ा करके ऑफर करते थे, हम
Some
हमारी
would
कार
stop
में
their
बैठो, नहीं
taxi,
बैठो।
their car, and say, come and have a ride with us. We will take you where you want. And Dadi would say no. Dadi would
लेकिन
walk
सेवा
everywhere. But the service,
में बल मिलता है, बाबा
there was
का
so
बल
much
मिलता है। अच्छा,
strength in that service.
मेरा याद
So
रखना
much
था,
strength
सदा
from
याद किया
Baba.
तेरे को।
And so always remember,
ये अनुभव है ना,
it's your experience, isn't it? That you
बल
receive
बाबा
strength,
का।
Baba's strength.
पर मैंने क्या किया,
And what did I do?
बाबा ने कराया।
Baba is the one who did everything.
फल
Baba
अच्छा
is
देख,
wonderful.
ऑटोमेटिक सच्चाई स्नेह सहयोग की कमाल हो जाती है। सच्चाई
Dadi
स्नेह
sees
का सहयोग।
the because of truth and the
हमारे
cooperation
मेहमान
of
समझ रहे हैं
everyone
ना बात को,
that the
समझेंगे
service
ना?
happens. Do the
सुना,
guests
मेहमान
understand?
हाथ उठाओ,
Would the guests raise
हमारे
their
रशिया के
hands?
मेहमान हाथ
The
उठाओ।
guests from
अच्छा,
Russia, please raise your hands.
अच्छा, सब बैठे हैं।
Oh, very good. Daddy's pleased.
रशिया
Everybody
के
is
मेहमान
present.
बैठे हैं।
Very good.
कुछ समझ रहे हैं ना,
You understand,
संतोष
don't
कुछ
you?
समझ रहे हैं ना,
You understand what Daddy is
सच्चाई,
saying? With truth
स्नेह का सहयोग,
and love and
समझ रहे हैं।
cooperation,
देखो,
that
ये
everything
मधुबन का
happens.
वायुमंडल
It's great. It's the atmosphere
बाहर
of
में इन शब्दों
Madhuban.
का कभी यूज भी नहीं करते होंगे।
These words of truth, love,
सच्चाई से
cooperation are
स्नेह
probably
का
not even
सहयोग।
used outside. But here,
यहाँ जो
it's
ये
with
अनुभव कर
truth
रहे
and
हैं,
love and cooperation that everything happens. You
Nature.
experience this here. This is natural here.
में सच्चाई, निम्रता, मधुरता,
And then there is truth, humility, and
सच्चाई में
sweetness.
अभिमान नहीं होता है।
In truth, there isn't ego or arrogance of any kind.
निम्रता,
There's humility
मधुरता,
and sweetness.
अपने आप सेवा करती।
These three virtues automatically.
मेहनत नहीं है,
There's no hard work behind this,
प्राप्ति बहुत है।
but there's a huge amount of attainment.
जैसे आज बाबा ने कहा,
As Baba
ये भी
said
business
today,
है, धंधा है, बहुत
Even
बड़ा
this
का।
is a business. It's a big business.
बाबा हम बच्चों को
Baba
इशारा देते थे,
would give we children signals
बच्चे कोई किस टाइम भी आवे,
that children, anytime someone comes, a seeker
ये
of
नहीं कहना अभी
knowledge
मुझे टाइम
comes,
नहीं है,
don't say to them,
नहीं
I
कहना।
don't have time right now. No, you must never say
बिजनेस
this.
में कोई रात को
In
ग्राहक आता
business,
है,
if a customer comes at night,
क्यों?
you would
उसको
serve
वो
that
टाइम है
customer.
ना,
Why? Because the customer only has that time.
तो सेवा में
So in service,
मुख्य बात मैंने देखा है,
I've seen this main thing
अनुभव किया है,
and experienced it,
सफलता इसलिए मिली है,
and this is why there has been success in
सच्चाई में
service.
निम्रता से,
In truth
नहीं।
and humility, there is no ego.
उसमें भी 3 बार अहंकार को
And in
मार,
this also, we have to kill ego,
अभिमान को
destroy
छोड़,
ego, let go of
देह के बांध से
any
परे
kind
रहो।
of impure arrogance, and let
देह है न मेरी,
go
नहीं मेरी
beyond
नहीं
the
है।
consciousness of the body, become free of
अहंकार
body
को
consciousness,
मार,
kill ego,
अभिमान को छोड़,
and let go of
घड़ी घड़ी कोई बात का अपमान आता
body
है, कोई मान
consciousness
देता है
of
तो कुछ
impure
अपमान होता है
kind.
तो दुख,
Where there's arrogance, because that gives sorrow.
देह के भान से
And go beyond the consciousness of
परे
the body.
बड़ा परिवर्तन आता है।
And
तो
there'll be a
जैसे
lot
किसी
of
को
transformation.
परिवर्तन
Somebody asked the
सहज है क्या
question,
ना?
is it easy to have transformation?
एक चारों सब्जेक्ट में पास कैसे हुए?
Well, how can we pass in all four in all four subjects? And is it possible to transform easily? Dadi says, yes, it's easy. But
मुझे बनना है तो ऐसा,
there has to be the aim that if I want to be something, I want to be like this. I want to be number one.
मुख्य बात अच्छी ये
And the
है,
main thing is
पुरुषार्थ में हर एक स्वतंत्र है।
that in effort, each one is free
बाबा का
to
बनने
make
से
as much effort as they want.
हर एक
Having
individual
belonged to Baba, each one
जितना पुरुषार्थ करे,
can make as much effort as they like individually,
साथ देता
personally,
है,
and Baba
कोई रोक
gives
नहीं सकता।
his cooperation, and nobody can stop you
ये
from
हिम्मत
doing
है।
as much as you want in your efforts.
हमारी
It has to be your own
मदद है,
courage and
बाप की।
Baba's help.
मुझे उस दिन वाणी में अच्छा लगा, बाबा ने कहा हिम्मत रख करके ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारी बन गए। ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारी बनना भी हिम्मत है ना। बाहर की दुनिया, रस्म रिवाज,
The systems and customs
खान-पान,
outside, the food and drink,
खान पान जो कि एक है खाना पीना, दूसरा खाना पहनना,
the other is
कपड़े पहनना, vast different।
the different, a vast difference
हिम्मत
between
रख
the
करके
worldly people and us. But with courage,
उससे वैराग आ गया।
we had
तो बाबा ने कहा
distaste,
वैराग।
distaste in those things. Baba has said, Vairag, distaste,
लंदन में पहले पहले एक
disinterest.
माता थी,
In London, in the early days, there was a mother,
ब्रह्मा
an
कुमारी
old,
बनी।
a mother who became a
कहा,
Brahma
एक
Kumari,
बात मुश्किल है मेरे लिए,
and she said, "There's one thing that will be difficult for me."
बाल जो हम जाते हैं ना शॉप पर,
And they go to the
और नहीं जाऊं मेरे
hairdressers.
सिर में दर्द पड़ेगा।
If I don't go to the hairdressers to have my hair done, I'll have a headache.
मसाज भी करते हैं,
And
बाल
they
से
massage
करते हैं,
me and they do
हमको
my
ये
hair.
छोड़ना मुश्किल है।
And I find it difficult to
बहुत अच्छी।
leave that. She was a very good soul.
हमको जब लगा
And Dadi was
पहले
amazed,
तो हल्का,
surprised.
पर अपने आप
And then
हम लोगों को
by
देख
herself, she changed. Seeing us, she learned.
जितना अंदर अपने आप को
The more you
जो भी प्रकार
transform
की रस्म
yourself
रिवाज अनुसार,
according to the systems and customs,
कल्चर अनुसार,
according to culture,
जो आदत परी है,
the things that are of habit,
उसमें पैसे खर्चने के बगैर नहीं हो सकता.
and those habits can't be fulfilled without spending money.
पहले देखा,
First, we saw
सोमवार से सैटरडे तक कमाएंगे.
from Monday to Saturday,
सैटरडे
they
शॉपिंग
work.
करेंगे, संडे ऑफ.
Saturday, they will do shopping, and Sunday is a rest day.
इतना परिवर्तन फॉरेनर्स में आया है.
And so foreigners have really transformed to this
संडे को
extent.
खाना पका के रखते थे,
Sunday,
6 दिन खाते थे.
oh, Sunday they used to cook for the whole week. So then they cook on Sunday and they eat that for the next
संडे को
6
खाना
days.
पकाया. ये सब परिवर्तन कैसे आया है?
So how did all this
वंडर है.
transformation happen is a wonder in itself.
रोज ताजा भोजन बनाओ, खाओ.
That we cook fresh food every day
वही हमारे बाबा के बच्चे हैं.
and we
पहले
eat
कैसे
that,
चलते
and
थे, कैसे भी, कैसे
it's the
परिवर्तन
same
आया
Baba's
है.
children, and see how they used to be and how they are now, and see
Of
how
course.
that transformation happened.
ये नहीं कहेंगे
But
पैसा
they're
खराब
very
हो गया,
happy.
नहीं,
They,
economy से चलेगा.
they would never say, oh, the money has run out. No, because they're doing
तो
everything
economy.
economically. So
economy.
to just
एक बाप का बाप बाबा ने
remember the
कहा,
name of one Baba.
बच्चा
And
मेरे से पूछ सकता है, मैं श्रीमत पर चलता हूँ.
Baba was saying in the Murli that the child asks, am I following Srimat or am I following the dictates of my own mind?
बहुत बात मिक्सचर हो जाती है.
In the dictates of my own mind, there are many
अपना
things
पोजीशन
mixed.
का मिक्सचर हो जाता है.
And in the dictates of following the minds of others, there's so much more mixed. But in Srimat,
बड़ा शांति से खाना खाते हैं.
we do
कपड़ा
everything
पहनते हैं.
peacefully. We eat
Economy
peacefully.
बहुत है.
The things we wear, we choose economically. And so there's a huge amount of economy.
बाहर जाकर होटल में खाना खाएंगे, खिलाएंगे.
Daddy used to
50
teach
रुपया
people
खर्च करेंगे.
that you go out to a hotel, eat and maybe feed others, and you spend 50
पाँच जने का भी
rupees.
50 रुपया जरूर खर्च होगा.
You spent at
अभी
least
तो
50 rupees.
सैकड़ों हजारों की बात है.
And now, of course,
घर
it's a
में
matter
5
of
रुपए में 5
so
जने
much
खाएंगे.
more money. But by spending the same amount, 5
कितना
people
बाबा ने
can
change किया
eat.
हम लोगों को.
And so, well, by spending even 5 rupees, 5
धन
people
के
can
पीछे कभी
eat.
नहीं पड़ते.
And so, Baba has taught us so
तो ये जो
much.
गीत शाम को रोज बजता
We
है,
never chase after
जहाँ
money.
हमारा बन होगा वहाँ मेरा तन होगा,
The
जहाँ मेरा मन
7:30
होगा
p.m.
वहाँ
song,
तन होगा.
that wherever is my wealth, that's where my mind is. Wherever my
तन
mind
मन
is,
धन
that's where my
संबंध.
body is. So there's a connection between wealth, mind, body.
तन में मन कहता है,
The mind says, connection with
इससे तन में
wealth,
रहते
mind,
हुए
body,
तुम बाबा का हो.
and
क्या समझा है?
the mind is
भगवान
saying,
का हो.
you belong to
मन
God.
में नाम भव है.
So be manmanabhav, turn your mind to
तन में
Him.
धन में मन नहीं जाता, पर उसको कैसे चलाना है.
But the mind knows how to make
तो
the
आज
body
सुबह
move
को
along.
अमृत वेले
It's not that the mind becomes engaged in
सभा
just
में
wealth.
जाते समय मुझे एक शब्द घड़ी घड़ी बुद्धि में आया.
And today, coming into the
मैं हमेशा
gathering,
बताती हूँ,
there was one
अमृत
thought
वेले एक
this
शब्द
morning
बाबा का आता है.
that was coming to her mind
सत्तोगुणी.
again and again, and it was Sato
उसे
Guni.
एक शब्द
That
से
is,
सारा दिन
to have such a pure
सत्तोगुणी
intellect
सतो प्रधान
that
बन
you
जाएंगे.
pick virtues,
जरा भी
such a
रजोतम
pure
होगा,
stage that you
सत्तोगुणी
pick
नहीं
virtues.
होगा,
If there's a
तो
little bit of a
सत्युग में नहीं
middling
आ सकता
stage
है.
or a tamoguni stage, impure stage, then you cannot come into golden age,
आने वाला.
the age of truth.
तो हंसी की बात सुनाती हूँ.
I'm going to tell you something funny.
ये भी हंसी सहज बातें हैं, कोई बड़ी
These
बात
are easy
नहीं है.
things, actually. They're not
बनना है
difficult
तो ऐसा
things.
बनना है.
And if you're to be something, be like this.
एक बार मैंने बाबा को कहा,
I said to Baba
बाबा
once,
मैं जैसे टिकट बुक कराते हैं ना,
Baba, just as you book a
प्लेन
ticket,
की या
a plane ticket or a train ticket,
मैं वो ऑफिस खोलती हूँ.
she said, Baba, I'm going to open an office. For anyone who wants to come to Golden Age, they can book a ticket. And Baba jokingly said, okay, open an office like this and see what happens. In the morning they say, yes, yes, book my ticket. And in the evening they say, no, cancel it. That's how people change their minds. And Dadi wasn't even taking payment. She was simply saying, book your ticket to go to Golden Age. We don't take payment. And Baba used to say that Baba would like to make a rosary, and it may be a soul who's threaded as number 1, and by tomorrow they're in number 50. So don't let your stage be like this, that you fluctuate, but reserve your place in Golden Age from now. Don't let yourself keep changing, fluctuating. Shall I tell you something else also? When I went to America, it was my first time there. It was in 1978. And in Texas, there was a program held for Dadi. They wanted to see that Dadi's mind, how stable Dadi's mind is. And I didn't know English. I understood a little bit. Denise Ben was there. She did a little bit of translation for me. I understood what they were meaning. There was a program in a university. And very good students were sitting there, university students. Suddenly, I had left home 10 o'clock in the morning. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon then. They suddenly said to me, we want to check your brain. And I said, why? And they said, if you don't mind, we'd like to see what your brain is like. And they wanted Dadi to sign that she would give permission for them to check her brain. So this is something I'm telling you about the mind. What it was, they took me into a quiet room, asked me to sit on a chair, and they put all these wires, leads to my brain, to my head. So many leads, so many wires, and I just sat on the chair. And in English they asked me 4 questions. And I understood and I answered. But the main question, even today, they said, from 100, keep minusing 7, 7, 7. And all of Dadi's answers were accurate. It was as if Baba kept my honor. So Dadi was deducting 7, 7, 7 from 100. And all her answers were accurate, correct. They were amazed. And then they said, go to sleep. And then said, wake up. Then they brought the results. They said they had checked the minds of big yogis, but nobody has a mind like this. Yes, you can clap if you like. But whose wonder is that? Yesterday we spoke about the mind. Yes, my mind was praising Baba even more, even more. Because it is Baba's wonder. One's own courage and Baba's help. An honest heart, and the Lord is pleased. And Baba automatically helps you. So when the intellect is clean, it does the task. And this is why I give everyone the same advice. Don't let your intellect be mischievous. And in fact, this news of Dadi's test reached all over the world. And Dadi went to Australia, and it was 16 hours when she came and arrived. Just had got off the off the plane, and they tested Dadi's brain and her heart. So she thinks that she's like a toy, Baba's toy, and so she passed there as well. She hasn't got ego of this, but she's seeing the wonder of God. And it's Baba's greatness and Baba's pride. And when she came to London, she was called to Scotland, and in Scotland, as a TV crew, they interviewed Dadi, and Dadi gave answers, and they took her into another room. It was totally dark, and they said again and again, sit straight. They wanted to take Dadi's photo. Totally dark, and she was thinking, why have they taken me into this dark room? And they were looking, she's not afraid, is she? But no, she was not. So tests come, different kinds of tests, but Baba has given this gift of creating a stage. So I'm giving you a Diwali gift, a gift for this occasion of the Festival of Lights. Keep your intellect so stable, unshakable, immovable. And so the service of the whole world has happened in this way, through a stable intellect. Anywhere she has to give Baba's introduction, she is able to do that. And people introduce her in this way, the stable mind, the most stable mind in the world. One time Dadi was doing a program with Mike George, and he introduced her and said she cares, shares and inspires souls. That Dadi cares, shares and inspires souls. So when we do these things practically, the Almighty Authority Father, the Purifier Father, the one who is making the whole world into heaven, he says, be my companion, be my helper. It is with your example that heaven will be created. When you transform, the world will transform, and everyone will see you, how you have transformed, and the whole world will transform. I'm very, very happy seeing these guests from Russia. Why? How have they come? Because they too, I see, have transformed in 2 days, 3 days, and the days that they spent in ORC. And so, why have they come? Because they see that you are different from the rest of the world and loved by God. Dadi is very pleased that everybody is listening with so much love. Yesterday, Dadi shared toli with everyone, and she's seeing it's not simply to eat toli thinking it's sweet, but see the love with which Baba has fed this to us, and Baba has taught us also. The ones who prepare the toli, what are they like? They do it with so much love. And Baba said suddenly to someone, if some close relative of yours dies, then would you cry? And they said, no, Baba, I would not. I would be quite strong. And so Baba gave them toli. So to make toli, eat toli, and those who eat toli will become holy. So eat toli, become holy, and fill your aprons with the jewels of knowledge. And so my bhavna, my pure feeling for everyone is that you should become so unshakable, so immovable. then what will happen is your mind, your words, your actions will become very accurate. So try it for a day, 2 days, and it'll become a habit for you. Somebody asked a question and Dadi said, I'll answer in the class this evening. Say, for instance, if I am stable, if my stage is unshakable, immovable, how will that happen? It will happen by keeping the mind very still, very stable. First, you have to work on the mind. From the time they did these tests on me, and Dadi was thinking, how did this result emerge? Because Dadi has observed Baba and Mama and how their intellects were so still, so stable, not fluctuating. Seeing Baba and Mama, just following them, and hence this type of result. So it's the wonder of science that they have this sort of equipment to do these tests. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul has taught us to be in silence and enabled service to happen through those tests, through Dadi's silence. And so the essence of what I'm saying is that it's not difficult, it's easy. The second thing is to make your nature flexible, light, and then anyone who asks you to be helpful in service, cooperate in service, you will be present. Not to talk too much. A lot of time is wasted in just discussion and talking. Let there be value for time. Because this time, no matter how much effort we make, God is happy with us, and practically others also are inspired by you. And Baba says he doesn't do everything with inspiration, but he teaches us, and with words and through Baba teaches us. And then when we do those things practically, we inspire others. We also inspire people. They feel, I want to do this, I want to be like this. So not simply to tell people with words, but to be the example, so then people feel like doing the same as you. Their faces will start to change. In the Gita, there are the words, God says, seeing the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul in a very simple form, that the ignorant people think me that I am ordinary. So the Agyani souls, the ignorant souls, their moods keep changing again and again. Doesn't matter what, our mood should not change. Okay? What did everybody like? Everybody liked what Dadi was saying? Sharing? No need to clap, but just wave is okay. It's okay, isn't it? I said to Dr. Nirmala yesterday that today I will come to Peace Park, and in the evening I will come to Gyan Sarovar and see Baba's and see all of our Baba's children, my Baba's children. You are Baba's long lost and now found children. You have come from far away places, different places, and Baba wants to fill you with all treasures, so that wherever you go back, you will be able to donate what you have taken from here. And today Dadi liked very much. Donation is donation of knowledge and virtues, and donation of the power that you receive from Baba. The more you give, the more it will increase inside you. And punya, charity, means to help souls. It doesn't matter what a soul may be like, help them. Just think, everyone is good. Om Shanti. Okay, we'll have a song and we'll have a little